Hello, trading has closed on the 10th of July, 2023. As always, we'll begin with our disclaimer, go over our calls, and make some predictions. It's my trading plan for Tuesday, which is July 11th, 2023. Please remember my calls can be wrong. Any trade you make should be made at your own risk. Also, I haven't had as much time as I'd like to analyze things. I have personal business, will continue to have it probably until further notice. Look for the pattern, which is this, with the early low, which is this, and tomorrow should have the early high. We had a higher target, 44.38.35. I didn't like Friday's action, said it might not print, and it didn't, so we'll add it to the list. It should print at some time. It just doesn't have to be anytime soon. Doesn't mean it won't be. We said a few things. We looked for a gap in the prompt move outside the day's range. We got that. We said there should be some follow through. We got that. But we also said that didn't guarantee that we close lower, and we didn't. This is just a reminder of what we said. We got the gap, got the move outside the day's range, and got the follow through, but that didn't mean we have to close down. Well, during the day, we had kind of a meandering pattern without going anywhere. MEJT said this drop wouldn't stick. F means falls, retraced to the yellow area. These moves over the white area, retraced to them, and the move under the white area, retraced to them. MEJT said those were all false moves, which they were. This is the idea we have. We think we're in wave black 3. We think we've completed wave red 1 and we're in wave red 2, but how you count this isn't really clear yet. We have A down, what could be B up, but that's not the only way one can count things. If we completed A up and that was the end of gold B, I like to see a wave 3 down, which is a straight line drop similar to A. And it still could turn into this. This could be an A and the B, and we could have a straight line drop for C, and that would fit. This could also be a 1, you can count it that way, and this could be a 2, and you could still have the big drop, but it's not the only way to count it. This could be A of gold B. These fibs say it could be a B of gold B, and this would argue for a C of gold B, completing gold B. And if C has a fib relationship to A, it would stop on one of these Fibonacci lines, even as high as the middle 4440s. Doesn't make the count right. I mean, we open down here tomorrow, just forget the whole idea. But for right now, we had a strong gap down. We've had 2.5 days without getting follow through. We didn't break to a new low. And usually when you have a straight line drop and you consolidate within the range, usually you'll go higher. You could argue since the drop didn't last all day, that rule shouldn't apply. Can't argue with you there. But still, it's lack of follow-through after 2.5 days. Usually that means there's one more rally coming. But that has to hold or the whole idea falls apart. We gap down, hit a lower low, closed over all the lows. We either take this out early or we should see higher prices. Doesn't mean you close higher. Well, tomorrow's pattern has the early high, but you could still gap down. Typically, it's a rally day and the high prints in the final hour. If it doesn't work, it's a failure, and that's a straight line drop. There are a number of bullish features from today's trade. We gap down, hit a lower low, but closed over intraday lows. The strong drop on Thursday has been followed by a consolidation within the range of that day, and the lack of follow-through usually means you're going higher. and there's a wave count compatible with one more leg up. All these things call for higher prices Tuesday if recent lows are maintained. Undercutting last week's low early would kill the pattern, and gapping down smartly itself I think will be enough. Doesn't change my view. We're still in a second wave of some degree, and that will need lower prices at some time before beginning wave 3 up. But we just haven't made progress after this. We gapped down, hit lower lows, couldn't hold on to the lows, couldn't even hold on to these highs. All we have to do is maintain this at tomorrow's open, and I think we'll see higher prices. Just remember, if the call's wrong, you drop in a straight line, and if there's early weakness and undercut these lows, I would just forget the whole idea. So tomorrow has the early high. Typically it's a rally day. Failure is a straight line drop, and that's today's call.